So I don't know how this video is going to go, but we got updated rosters, guys. We got updated everything. We got correct portraits in for the players. But we also have one big and steaming pile of injury issue here. I gave every single player in the NFL 0 injury rating. Now, because of how Madden works, some of them will be, boosted up to a 2. But I just want to see how many players get injured and, what happens. Because even players in free agency also have a 0 injury rating. And again, like I said, this is updated everything. So this is as Madden 26 as you're going to get. If I go to free agency. So, that's the thing. If you go to free agency, right, and you're like, okay, I have this guy got injured or that guy got injured, it doesn't matter. Because every player in free agency has a 0. So, do we just start calling up the CFL and hope that the CFL can get the job done? Because Creed Humphrey is now suspended. Okay, first off, I give everyone a 0 injury, and Creed Humphrey gets suspended. I love how stupid Madden can get sometimes. Players get suspended. How? Who knows? All right, week 1. Let's see the injury report going into week 1. This is just for the preseason alone. With everyone having 0 rating. 0 injury rating. This is how many players. Whoa. I think the Colts just lost their whole team. Okay. Yep, Jaden Daniels is out for 8 weeks. Cowboys have pretty much Micah Parsons is done. Everyone's done. Okay, well, how do you survive the preseason? The world may never know. Because this preseason is, wow. Alright, so this might be a crazier video than I did last time with all the quarterbacks being hurt. Because we might legitimately end the season off with 90% of the league hurt. And at some point, I guess, teams would have to start, reusing injured players. I mean, Matthew Stafford's out for 2 weeks. Okay, it's not too bad. But guess you could re-injure yourself. Derrick Henry's out for 4 weeks. Yeah. All right, well. Oh, wait, hold up. Deshaun Watson's out for 58 weeks. He was hurt before this video. So, I don't think that counts. All right, week 1. How many players going to get hurt week 1 for the Chiefs? 4 new injuries. Okay. It's not too bad. Honestly, as long as Patrick Mahomes doesn't go down, I think the Chiefs might be okay. If Patrick Mahomes goes down, though, you're probably cooked. 4 more injuries. I mean, you know what? I don't even know, actually, because at this point, Josh Allen's not down. I just feel like you have to keep your starting quarterback. That's the only thing that can come out of this. As long as your starting quarterback is okay, you're okay as a team. But there's Patrick Mahomes. 5 weeks for Patrick Mahomes. All right, so yeah, I didn't think we were going to survive that long. At least these injuries aren't that bad. 5 more injuries. Yeah, okay. Bro, first string running back, second string running back, third string running back, 4th string running back, 4 running backs, all hurt. Wow. Yeah, 3 more injuries. Every week it's 7 more injuries. Patrick's not even back yet. Kareem Hunt apparently got uninjured it says. Why remove from IR? Why are you injured? Did he just put himself on the injury report because he wanted to? Justin Simmons is on the injury report as well. And Felix. Why are these guys on the injury report? They're not even injured. Are they just on it because they're like, you know what? I got 0 injury and I think I will get injured? So I think players are just trying to precautionary themselves from getting injured. 3 more. All right. 5 more. Yeah, that's how many players on the team? 53-man roster. Nobody got injured. Oh wait, you went into a bye week. That's why. We had a bye week. You can't get injured into a bye week. Yeah. All right. I'm just gonna scroll through and look at the right-hand side. You see that little bar thing? That white bar? That's how many players. Let's if I scroll all the way down, right? This is how many players, okay? So, Saquon Barkley is apparently injured but not injured. I'm just going to scroll through here just to see how many. Okay, so it looks like Patriots might be on the top of the list. Yeah, Patriots on the top of the list here. Oh my gosh, that's so many players. That is so many freaking players. Yeah, for some reason, what's his name? Josh Allen's also hurt. For some reason, I'm not surprised. Okay, let's just go even more. 3 more injuries. We're back into the actual season, so 4 more injuries. Patty is still playing, though. Patrick Mahomes only missed a couple games. I gotta give him props for that. With all the injuries, I expected him to get more injuries than that. Yeah, no, he's still playing. So he might actually win MVP because I feel like he played more than any other of these quarterbacks. Okay. The Colts, did I just see that right? The Colts are number 1 seed at 9-4. Yeah, that also probably doesn't spell well that with all the teams getting injuries, there's probably not many teams who have, like, good records. Getting the playoffs might be the easiest it has ever been in this franchise. Like, you're 6-10, you might be a playoff team. 4 more injuries. So imagine you don't have a good team. You already don't have good players, so you don't have to worry about that. All right, we are in the playoffs now. 3 more injuries. So, going into the playoffs, we are now at a point where they're picking up make-believe players just to try to put together some teams. But every single team here, Tua's hurt. That's kind of ironic. But the Giants lost Jackson Dart, Russell Wilson, and Jameis Winston. Yeah. I'm just going through these boys, and you could see it's a good 10 seconds of scrolling before we get through the injuries. Ravens don't even have Lamar Jackson anymore. Aaron Rodgers got hurt, which actually does not surprise me. The Bengals lost Logan Woodside. That's a humongous loss. The Bengals lost their first, second, third, fourth. How did they get Alvin Kamara? At some point, they said, you know what? We're going to trade for Alvin Kamara because that makes sense. We lost every other guy. Might as well trade for Alvin Kamara. All right, well, that's fun. Let's look at records before we get into stats. So, 14-3 Lions. Apparently, the Lions, I guess, stayed healthy. What's the worst playoff team? Okay, never mind then. It's actually not that crazy record-wise. The worst playoff team is the Browns, who won the division. Crazy things happen. And Steelers. Okay. And, yeah. So, I mean, the Jets went 13-4. Because logic. Okay. I don't think we put up some crazy numbers, did we now? Bryce Young led the NFL in passing yards. Patrick Mahomes had the most passing touchdowns. Sam Darnold had number 2. Interceptions was Aaron Rodgers. So I guess, in a way, I feel like this might have helped out the Steelers because he was definitely holding them back, and now they're a playoff team. Rushing yards, the most rushing yards we had was 877 from Hassan Haskins and DJ Giddens. Fun. Christian Kirk led the NFL with Chris Godwin. Most touchdowns was Christian Kirk. TJ Bass think he's actually pretty good. Pretty sure. Most sacks was Quinton Williams with 16.5. Chandler Jones. Okay. So, this whole TJ Watt gets injured every single 3 seconds arc in the NFL. Gonna guess TJ. Did TJ get 1 sack this year? Okay, let me do it like this. Watts, where are you at, Watt? Watt's not even on here. Okay. Hold up. Actually, before we get into that, let's go into interceptions. Mike Hilton had the most in the NFL at 5. All right. Watt had 7 sacks. Okay. It's actually not that bad. All right. Yearly awards. Christian Kirk won MVP. Our first quarterback on the list was Jalen Hurts. Scratch that. There's only like 2 quarterbacks on the list. Christian Kirk won MVP. What is life right now? All right. Playoff time, baby. We got 3 new injuries because guess what? Doesn't change the fact that now we're in the playoffs. You're still going to have injuries. All right. Championship. Bills, Chiefs. Typical championship situation. More injuries. More problems. And now we got the Super Bowl. Super Bowl is between the Bills and Lions. Okay. Interesting Super Bowl matchup. Pretty base Super Bowl matchup here. One of these teams will win their first Super Bowl. And that's going to be the Lions lost. Okay. Bills won. Solid. Let me just real fast check this real fast. Let's go back to the Super Bowl. And it was Josh Allen versus Tyler Huntley. That's your Super Bowl, baby. Yeah. That's about right. That's sadly about right. We did have Patrick Mahomes versus Josh Allen in the championship, though. But we did also have Bryce Young versus Tyler Huntley. Okay. Divisional. When did, Oh, okay, yeah, no. Jared Goff was hurt the whole time. All right, so Tyler Huntley was literally the guy the whole entire time. Oh, man, you can't make this up. Guys, tell me down below your thoughts, opinions. See you guys next one. Peace out.